Hello. Super excited. I know I'm a little bit behind. Last week I wasn't here. I was actually sick a little bit last week. Not with the Rona, but something else. But anyways, I'm here today. And one thing that I wanted to talk about, yes, I am in my robe. It is 30 something degrees in Florida. And you can see that my office is by all windows. And so it is super stinking cold. Let me get my microphone a little closer here. There we go. It is super stinking cold in this office. So I think I checked and it was like 56 degrees this morning. So I'm working in the freezing cold. So yes, I have long sleeves shirts on, and then I also have my robe, which matches my desk chair. So anyways, good morning. My name is Dr. Kaylee. I'm a pelvic floor physical therapist. I am the owner and founder of Now the Hope Doctors, Fem Empowerment and Advocacy LLC. I am also a business mentorship coach. Which I really don't like the way that sounds. It's kind of funny. I really like to tell people I'm your guide when you're working with me, because ultimately you know the answer. That's one thing that I had to learn about myself. I had to learn that I knew the answer. I always knew the answer. I just had to trust myself. And so it's really just helping you learn who you are, finding that confidence, and making those decisions that you know need to happen. So this is legitimately like coffee and vulvas, coffee hour with Dr. Kaylee, my coffee. All right. So today we're going to be talking about creating your own schedule. This is something that a lot of my coaching clients ask me. How much do you work? And isn't that the $1 million question for people who have made it? And again, quotes, made it, because everyone's made it is different. My made it is having as much time as I absolutely need. Meaning, if I didn't feel like working today, then I could just lay on the couch. If I was sick last week, didn't have to do much. Like that to me is making it. Or if I need to fly home to Tennessee quickly, being able to do that with time and finances, that's making it for me. And so when you think about that, like how do those people, and I guess I need to include myself there as someone who's educating here, but how do we choose our schedule to really optimize our time? Because ultimately you choose entrepreneurship so that you stop trading your time for money, because that's what you do, right? Like we are taught from a very young age that you work, then you get paid. You work, then you get paid. You give all of your time and then you get money for that time. Whereas I want to just do what I like to do all day and get paid for that too. So how did I create that schedule that really allowed me to get to where I wanted to be and to get to where I am? Because I have to be completely honest, initially, I didn't have that schedule. Initially, when I first started business in 2018, I was working 24/7. You can ask my husband. I wasn't spending any more time with him. I wasn't spending any more time with myself or my friends. I was canceling everything. I was spending more time on my business. I was sitting here thinking all the time, pushing myself to think of ways to be better. Honestly, it got me to the same place that trading all my time for money did when I was working for someone else. And so, if we're being completely honest, we have to ultimately really think about that, don't we? We have to think about what is it that we want our business to do for us, and how do we make it work for us instead of us working for it? Because yes, I have to be completely honest, bearer of bad news. As a business owner, you will have to work more than initial or someone who works in your business, but that doesn't mean you have to work 40 hours, 60 hours, 70 hours. I work about 4 to 6 hours a day on days that are admin days, which is 2 to 3 days a week where I'm at home. And I work 4 to 6 hours to get the things done that are on my list. I have a planner that has all of the things down that I need. I have my notebook that has all of the things down that I need. I have another notebook that's jotting down notes as they come. I have my diffuser with my essential oils. I have my coffee and my water, and I'm close to the kitchen. So why did I choose 4 to 6 hours? So after I was working significantly a lot in 2018 and even into 2019, I realized that that's not what I wanted. I didn't want to wake up every day at 5 a.m. and work until midnight and just that be my thing, and not take time to go to dinner with friends and not take time to go watch the sunset with my husband. We live very close to the beach, and I am notorious for saying I don't have time to go a mile down the road to watch the sunset, which is ridiculous, right? And so I started to really think about, what do I want my life to look like? And That's when I started to really block time. And that is one of my biggest tips for you is block time. Every day, every morning, I have a morning routine that's blocked. I have an hour and a half for whatever the heck I want to do. For me, I spend it reading, I spend it walking my dog, I spend it snuggling my dog, staying in bed, sleeping, and whatever that might be. I have 1.5 hours in the morning. I don't have my phone. I don't have my email open. I don't have a notebook nearby. I'm not consciously thinking about work. Now, of course, things will pop up. Totally fine. It's not like you're going to be perfect at this all the time. I always have something on my mind that has to do with the business. But I stopped doing that in the morning. And so I started spending my time taking more time, making coffee, talking to my husband before he went to work, and just doing it slower. And then what I started to do was blocking lunch. Now, even when I'm seeing clients, again, I'm notorious for just working 10 to 12 hours straight because I only see clients 2 or 2.5 days a week. And so I see them from 10 to 7 on Tuesdays and Thursdays right now, which is perfect for me. Like, that's a great schedule for me. But I didn't take lunch for a long time. And so I would schedule clients through there and I was just working like a dog. Um, Started to block off an hour. I actually now have an hour and a half. It will probably increase to 2 hours soon with little breaks throughout the day. So I'm also taking walk breaks in the afternoon. So, yes, I'm seeing less clients, but mentally I'm more prepared for everyone and I'm not exhausted at the end of the day. And then twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays, my husband and I both block out time, 4 hour blocks for date night or date day. So Saturday, we take the middle of the day and we spend 4 hours together. And Wednesday, we take the nighttime for 4 hours together. The phones are off, the computers are off, we're not working. I'm not on social media. I'm not doing anything. I'm not answering the team. I'm not doing anything except being present with my husband. And when you take those blocks into it, it's still not much time. So, what I've started to integrate this year is I read this. I don't even remember which book it was, honestly, but it was where Bill Gates was talking about how he takes playtime and like thinking time. And I want to integrate that into every week. And so now every Friday afternoon, I'm going to have what's considered thinking time. I'm just going to go somewhere in nature and with a notebook and just think. I don't really care what I'm thinking about. I'm not going to pressure myself to have things I have to think about. I just want to allow myself to think because we don't let ourselves in the midst of chaos and in the midst of being busy because that's what most of us are here for, right? We want to be busy. And I've recognized that that's not what I want. I don't like being busy. I want to be efficient. I want to be efficient and I want to be effective with my time. And I want to know that this is all for my legacy and for my purpose, right? So it's really important that you think about those things. But yeah, so integrating that thinking time and then even more play time. So, going to take up tennis, going to start playing different things, trying something new every so often. And what I've also started to practice is when friends or family or someone asks me to do something in the moment, my instinct is always to be like, no, I have too much work to do. So, again, as someone who's been around for 4 years doing this, had significant success, it's still hard to do that. It's still hard to set that boundary because it's just like, how do I halt my life when all of these goals that I want are like right here? But I promise it's going to happen. And here's the biggest thing, it can be easy. You get to choose making money to be easy. You get to choose being successful to be easy. Yes, there are hard parts, but you get to consider it as being easy. For me, I think about life. Like, life is so precious. I've lost so many people in my life, which is really sad and really unfortunate. But honestly, it's a blessing because knowing that any day now, my husband could be gone, my friends could be gone, my coworkers could be gone, like knowing that, it really pushes me to think every single day, how can I live like this is the last impression I will make on this human in front of me? And that's how I'm feeling right now talking to you. Like, how can I present this to you in a way like I might never see you again or hear from you again? And I think that's a beautiful thing. Like, what if you never hear from me again? What are you taking from this? Think about living your life in that way and making your business work around that. So, for instance, you want to take a vacation, book the vacation, book your schedule around it. Yes, sometimes you will have to work a little more front end or back end of the vacation. Absolutely. That just makes sense. That's any business owner. However, because again, you know that I'm going to tell you the unsexy stuff while at the same time I tell you the sexy stuff. But You do not have to limit yourself from traveling just because you want to do business. You don't have to limit yourself from doing things or saying yes just because you want to be a business owner. So I highly recommend creating blocks in your schedule for whatever that looks like, even if you have children, even if you have anything like that. You want to pick your kids up every day at 3 from school, block it. You're done at 3, like the end, or 2:30, whatever that is. One of my good friends is an accountant, and that's what she does. Like, she knows she works from 8 to 3 pretty much when her child is in school. And that's the efficient time that she has to complete her tasks. That's it. She spends the rest of her time with her daughter. That's beautiful because you get to do that. So, how can you make your schedule work for you? I hope that helps. I hope that helps to clarify some things. Please consider it. Have a wonderful day. Make sure you ask questions when you need to, and don't forget to subscribe.